We're here to get the money back for the American people.
I understand, sir, but you can't come in there.
Can you just take the bag?
No.
Take it up there?
Absolutely not.
Fill it up?
Michael Moore has taken on the gun culture, the Bush administration, the head of General Motors, and the healthcare industry, and now he's waging war on an entire economic system. Capitalism, a Love Story, finds a man from Flint, Michigan, trying to make sense of the current global downturn, predatory lenders, privatized detention centers, and much, much more. And 20 years after Roger and Me, Moore's still trying to take meetings with corporate spokespeople whose best interests do not involve talking to this man.
No, sir.
You know, I've been doing this for like 20 years,
I understand,
and I have not been let into this building for 20 years.
47 to 76 Bravo or Alpha. It's Michael Moore here to see the chairman.
Here, Moore, in his trademark ironic sing-song voiceover, explains the housing bubble in a few easy steps.
First, tell these homeowners that they own a bank, and that bank is your home. So if your home is worth $250,000, that makes you a quarter millionaire, and you could use your bank to get more money. Just refinance. Everyone's doing it.
About a third, maybe a half of this film is sharp and provocative viewing. The rest, I'm afraid, feels familiar and not really good familiar. Some of Moore's tactics, to me, have taken on a weary air. Again with the security guard harassments, again with the tear-stained close-ups, backed by melodramatic music. Still, for the good stuff and for the necessary mixed blessing that is Michael Moore, I say rent it.
Rent it?
Yes.
Rent it?
Yes.
When? Rent it after the revolution? Rent it after your house has been foreclosed and your DVD
I do not
player
disagree with the
has been
message
taken
of this
away?
film, Tony.
I'm not sure if I agree or disagree with the message of this film, but I think it's an extremely timely and urgent movie. I feel like Michael Moore has been waiting 20 years to make this film. But now, because of the economic situation, I feel like there is a time and a place in the culture. People are ready for this movie, and I think that he's stepped up. I think that he's taken a lot of different developments and synthesized them.
A lot, but blobby. I think this film is blobby, and I don't think it's as effective as his previous film, Sicko. I think that film was very kind of tightly wound around one big idea, and this film is sort of loosely wound around, I don't know, 5 or 7 of them.
I think it puts it together actually into a fairly coherent picture. Now, granted, there are always moments in a Michael Moore movie where you roll your eyes and you say, "There's Michael Moore again. He's doing it again." That's his signature as a film.
We're talking about
as a filmmaker.
Like, for example, when he takes crime scene tape and across the New York Stock Exchange front door.
But I think that in some of his previous movies, which I don't like as much, like Bowling for Columbine, I felt like he was sort of groping and reaching for different ideas.
Yeah.
This one, I think, really does come together, and I think that it's a really urgent and powerful and interesting movie.
I'd say it comes together in scenes like where we get to actually find out why this juvenile detention center in Pennsylvania, which was privately run, and it was all this bizarre mixture of legal and corporate interests working together, and that was a good example of capitalism run amok. That's the kind of thing, 10 minutes, that I wish more of this film had.
I think it brings a lot of those contemporary stories together in a very interesting and provocative historical context. And I think Capitalism, a Love Story raises questions about our system, its future, its ethics, that are very, very important. And even if you don't agree with the answers that Michael Moore suggests, I think you should see this movie.